All right, 2 years in a row. Austin Hill has won the Beef As Was for Dinner 300 at Daytona. 2 years in a row. Last lap melee. What else will be 2 years in a row come tomorrow's Daytona 500? All right, the Beef It Was for Dinner 300, which is a mouthful of a race, just ended. Austin Hill is your winner. He won last year. Austin Hill is proving himself to be one of those that he's got the savvy, the acumen. He knows how to get it done on those super speedways, the big, high banks, fast super speedways. He's going to be a guy you got to go through if you plan on winning those races, and he proved that again tonight for the second year in a row. Also, second year in a row, violent crash that looked almost the same both times. Last year, Myatt Snyder. This year, victim was Sam Mayer of Junior Motorsports. I said a couple of weeks ago, drivers to watch in 2023. Well, were you watching Sam Mayer? Because he went for a ride. Essentially what happened was this. Justin Allgaier made a classic, I don't want to say rookie mistake, but he made a mistake that I feel like he's got a little too much experience to be making. He got way too far out front. White flag comes out. He gets a huge lead. You can't do that at the super speedways, Daytona, Talladega, and to some lesser extent Atlanta. You can't get that far out front. Why? Well, look what happened. Sam Mayer with a push gets a run. And by the time he catches him, he is going way too fast for Justin Allgaier to throw a block. At that point, if you don't want to cause a big crash, you just want to finish the race, your win's pretty much gone, maybe. In the Cup Series, you've seen a few times where guys will get a run on the last lap, and they can still, if they're smart about it, they can still manage to get another push. They can still manage to get another push and get back by the leader and have a shot at the win. Justin Allgaier chose to just throw the block, which ended up in a disaster. This is what Justin Allgaier had to say post-race and post-accident.
Yeah, I saw him coming, but at that point I was running way slower than he was. So, I tried to block as much as I could, but there's no reason in wrecking both of us at that point. I think the 21 just had enough momentum to get there, and then I tried to shut the 21 off, and I think he ran in the back of the one and ended up turning the one. So,
it's kind of tough to tell what he means there. It sounds like he's laying blame on Sam Mayer for crashing him, but I don't know, and I'm not a race car driver, but I feel like when you've got to run that, you've got that much momentum, especially on the last lap, you can't back off. You back off and kill your own momentum, you've just killed your shot. It's up to the guy who let that run develop, who got that far out in front, to make a decision not to throw a crazy block. That's how I saw it anyway. There's going to be a million different opinions out there. You may have your own. I've got mine. It is what it is. That's what happened. We're not in control of anything, but those two race car drivers are. Sam Mayer had this to say after his crash, after he got out. It was a hard hit. I think the fact that the car got airborne and landed on his roof wasn't as big of a deal as his head-on hit to the outside wall going full steam down the back straightaway. That had to be hard. And he said so himself. This is what he said.
It actually was a lot more violent than I thought it was going to be. That first impact on the wall and kind of just going up and then landing down, I think was a big one. But, it's not – I think it is probably the hardest hit I've ever taken. I've taken a couple hard hits at speedways now, and, I think this is number one.
And that pretty much sums up your race. Austin Hill was your winner. NASCAR determined he was leading at the moment the caution came out. That's one of those convoluted rules that I want to complain about it, but I don't have a good solution other than just racing back to the caution. And see, I don't want to say that because that, now you're talking about a safety concern. It wasn't a total wreck fest like I expected. All the practice sessions leading up to the Daytona 500 and the Beef It's What's for Dinner 300 were pretty clean, which told me that it's going to be wild come Daytona 500 and Xfinity Series race time. That's how that race played out. We'll see how the Daytona 500 plays out. I don't know if it's going to follow the trend, but the last few years have been absolute destruction derbies, and whoever's left standing at the end of the destruction derby is your winner. There have been two surprise winners the last couple of years. I wouldn't be shocked for that trend to continue. I hope that it doesn't, personally, for my own reasons. The race fan in me hopes that, somebody who's been plugging away for a while can get the win. For those of you who don't know, I have a second YouTube channel. It's called the Rowdy Nation Fan Channel. unsubscribe to me if you will, because I'm a Kyle Busch fan. It is what it is. You see, actually, you can't really see it right there. It's my wife got me that Kyle Busch 2019 champion framed photo, which is crooked right now. Pardon me. That's better. Anyway, I would like to see somebody who runs up front all day win the race, or one runs near the front, who's got the best strategy. I don't like it when I loved it when Michael McDowell won the Daytona 500. That was great, but the way it happened just kind of, he was in third, and the seats just parted because of a crash. So I would not be one little tiny bit surprised to see that happen tomorrow. I hope that it doesn't. I hope that it's a good race. It's my Christmas, my New Year's, my Thanksgiving, my July 4th, my freaking Arbor Day. That's the day that I've actually literally quit jobs before to make sure that I did not miss the Daytona 500. I didn't have to quit any jobs this year, thank goodness. You might say I'm emotionally invested in that race. I can't wait, and we'll be doing a post-race video afterwards. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. I'd be greatly appreciate it. The momentum's been picking up here recently. I just got back from Daytona, literally just got back from Daytona like these are the clothes I was wearing when I drove home from there. Like, no kidding. I just got home. I haven't even taken off my hard card yet. I just got home, and I wanted to run down here and do this video. Let's get rid of this thing for a minute. There's that. Okay. Hopefully, you'll join me again tomorrow, post-race Daytona 500. We'll be discussing all the things NASCAR and what happened, and I'm sure there's going to be some jaw-dropping stuff going on. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a good one, ladies and gentlemen.